From oil and gas to wind power and forestry projects, and how First Nations are consulted. That was the focus of a national forum held in Calgary this week. The Assembly of First Nations hosted more than 500 people for its second ever gathering focused on natural resources. The lead for the AFN's economic development portfolio says it's time to advance First Nations leadership in projects happening on Indigenous lands.
Gathering the communities all across Canada so we can all speak as one voice is essential moving forward. And I see that happening almost every day with the concerns that we're facing every day when it comes to our rights and treaties.
First Nations have a constitutional right to be consulted and have their input considered on land management and natural resource development activity. And the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples states, Indigenous peoples have the right to determine and develop priorities and strategies for the development or use of their lands or territories and other resources. That's what's happening in southern Alberta. The chief of Piikani Nation says the Oldman River is their biggest natural resource.
We're looking at how do we capture that resource, sharing it, but having a true benefit for the nation. So right now we're constructing a irrigation system on the nation, but the bigger picture is we look at all the resources that are within our ancestral territory that we have never gotten anything from.
Knowlton says the Natural Resource Transfer Acts are a major source of contention and a big topic at the forum. The feds and the provinces decided 96 years ago to give Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba control over Crown land and resources. Knowlton says that agreement isn't relevant in 2026.
Now the playing field is level, and the provinces, as well as Canada, they know that their misdeeds of the past, there's a reckoning today. Not only is that we have all this human capacity, we've got a unification of all the First Nations people.
The AFN called for a constitutional review of the NRTA last May. It said the agreements were made without informed Indigenous consent, and they violate their inherent rights. Terry Trembath, CBC News, Calgary.